It is said a people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. Marcus Garvey. Lately, I find myself paying keen attention to people, places, beliefs, folklore, rituals, names, phrases, words. And there's this one question: why do we do the things we do? Are we just blind followers? Are we keeping up with tradition because it's a comfortable place for us, it's all we've ever known? Or are we trying to connect with ancestors by honoring all that they've done? This is a personal journey, and the mission is a simple one. This is Ancestral Connections.
So when I came down here and I saw this one, I said, nobody preserving our history, and this is part of our history that, in my view, should be preserved. So, and that is what attracted me, and then I decided that I will stay on here and see as best as I could do to preserve this, which in my view then was, I say, part of our history. Nobody was saving them kind of thing at all. So I consider myself fortunate enough to be able to come and to get involved here.
Pundit Hardeo Maharaj is also known as Pandit Lal. He is the spiritual leader of the Exchange Shiv Mandir located at Estate Road, Exchange, Couva, Central Trinidad. But seated prominently at the front of the property is what is recorded as the oldest mud mandir, very close to its original form in Trinidad and Tobago. This is the Exchange Shivala.
Mandir dedicated to Shiv is called the Shivalaya. Shivalaya Mandir dedicated to Shiva. Generic name for all of these were places of worship in the old days, Kutia. So generic name Kutia, dedicated to Shiv, Shivalaya. And there was somebody who used to stay and do whatever is necessary, all the puja, morning, evening offerings, and so he was known as a Gosai.
It was a rainy Sunday morning, and all I had was my cell phone and a mic, but our time spent in this amazing spot provided a warm vibration that will never be forgotten.
Yes, okay. So I have to scoop out anyway. I went down, you can walk in. In a Shiv Mandir, you would have something like this. It might vary in different areas depending on the talent of the people and how they could build it, because this is built with maybe local mortar and concrete.
Simplicity boils down to 2 steps. Identify the essential, eliminate the rest. Leopabauta. Not cluttered with the overwhelming bejeweled murtis and elaborate architectural designs, these floors, these walls, doors and peaks carry a unique richness. It was almost as if this spot, this mandir, was frozen in time.
Okay, so we have a lot of rooms. So this would have been...
So this is the inner sector here.
This is right.
All the 4 walls going right up. Yeah, and then another piece of roof there. So here too you had 4 doors.
This Shivala is not the only piece of history Pundit Hardeo Maharaj is trying to preserve. Neatly placed at one of the doorways to the Shivlingam was a pair of wooden slippers. Rarely seen today, and I doubt even used given today's modern lifestyle.
What it would have been made out of though? What kind of wood?
More than likely cedar. So this crown. The local one we start to call it sapat. And when we make sapat, we used to use just the base piece, and you get a piece of bicycle tire, and you nail it over. So
now, if there is someone viewing this video and you can assist with a new harao, please let me know, as we'd love to see how this design is done. Now, I remember cruising past this structure years ago on my way to school. I never paid much attention back then, but I guess age does improve appreciation for history. But I vividly remember this being white, with rippled galvanized that was rusting, far from what it looks like today, which is in its lipade form, and a shade of brown that's somewhere between khaki and caramel.
Why you changed the white?
mud building is supposed to be lipade, yeah? So underneath is the mud.
Pundit Hardeo Maharaj and friends were able to revive this nostalgic feel, the look and the value of this piece of heritage. It takes a lot of work, but it's a labor of love and dedication.
Could be whitewash and they come and they put it back. So tell them we are going through all of that. We're going to leap it on top that one coat of whitewash. Hence, in some areas you see it flaking out a little bit. So as it flake, we will rub that and bit by bit eventually get back to where it should have been.
How often you have chilipi?
We just do what when you have occasions when we definitely do Shivratri, Diwali.
There are no records stating exactly when this mud mandir was constructed. Some believe it might have been late 1800s. Others believe it might have been circa 1920s. But as I ran my fingers along the very cool walls, fingertips resting on dents and rolls, I tried to imagine what it would have felt like to have a place like this so many years ago. A safe place, a home to religious beliefs and practice, a place to meet with others, to rest and to share. Each moment I spent in this exchange Shivala brought a tremendous sense of pride. Just as I was getting comfortable in the exchange Shivala, I learned there's just as much history outside as there was inside.
Like in my Ajas days, understand, people used to come here, come for Shivratri. You come outside, you walk out there and bathe in the pond and then go and do your offering. You could bathe with what kind of chemical, or you bathe how much by your house. If you didn't go down in that pond, you couldn't get there.
Okay, so you had a pond, but the rest of the property was what? Cane or just grass?
We had cane all around the place. He had his cow hunting, he had a cow there, the cow here and all in the back and all of them things. We had a ravine coming from up the road.
Things really have changed. Coming up in our next episode, the story of a proud Hindu Indo-Trinidadian who dedicated his free time to preserving heritage. In part 2, a labor of love with Pundit Hardeo Maharaj.